Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here in Montana This Morning. I'm Augusta McDonald.
And I'm Louis Storch. Hope you're having a great start to your Tuesday. Now, Augusta, I was thinking, because Christmas is coming up, it's very soon. I mean,
Christmas
I can't believe it.
10 days away-ish.
Yeah.
A few more, don't panic.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming up on us before we know it. So, like I talked about earlier, it's kind of getting to that point with all this weather. You're feeling kind of a little down. You want more sunshine, maybe some snow. And we have a couple more days left of this foggy weather. So get out, maybe do your Christmas shopping now, because come the weekend, you're going to want to try to get outside because we're bringing in warmer temperatures, we're bringing in sunshine, and we're bringing in some chances of snow as well. Now, we do have a dense fog advisory in place. That's now through Tuesday at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. this morning, get some dense fog, freezing fog, and visibility less than a quarter of a mile at times. So here's your forecast headlines. Like we've been talking about, dry conditions for the next 4 days. It's almost like a countdown. The countdown's on before we bring in those rain and snow chances. Cold temperatures with highs and lows in the teens and 20s. And then, like we've talked about, though, the end is in sight. Here's your Tuesday forecast. 20 in Missoula, 26 Kalispell, 17 today in Hamilton, 24 in Polson.
Alrighty, thank you, Louis. And on the Flathead this morning, when the Kalispell City Council unanimously passed the new downtown plan, they opened the door to a big transformation for one of the top spots in the city. MTN's Jack Ginsburg shows us how planners are putting that plan in motion and what changes residents and visitors can expect in the near future.
It was really gratifying that Monday night to see 9 council members come together and give unanimous support for the plan. It's really rare in a community to have that level of support for anything.
The 57-page document outlining the plan for the future of Kalispell was passed by City Council last Monday and encompasses a number of details and information about the progression of the city. Planning and Building Department Director Tom Gent said one of the major focuses of the plan was how to treat Main Street.
That's the issue at hand. Is it a downtown, Main Street, or is it a highway? We're saying it needs to be a Main Street.
Gent says they are already working on how to handle the amount of traffic using Main Street. He says they don't necessarily want to dilute it, but rather give those using it as a highway alternate routes.
We are in the process of selecting an engineer to review the designs to allow First Avenues East and West to carry more direct traffic through our downtown. We don't want more traffic, we don't want less traffic, we want the right traffic. We want people who want to be in the Main Street in our downtown area. We want them to have an opportunity to come through and be part of the downtown.
Parking was also one of the highly discussed points in the plan, and Gent says they want to start incorporating unused space.
We're looking at the striping patterns and painting downtown where there are no parking. Is it really valid or not? Updating some of those things. So really trying to improve our just inventory of downtown parking is really important.
Jen says that all the ideas for downtown Kalispell truly start here at the 2-lane couplet that runs around the courthouse. Depending on what happens to the couplet could dictate what happens to the rest of downtown and Main Street.
There's a lot of concern that the courthouse couplet could become 4-lane, which would not impact us greatly at the moment, but over time, the volume of traffic it would allow to come through our downtown, I think, would irreparably change our downtown, and not in a good way.
No matter what happens, the city is set to see a lot of changes in the near future. In Kalispell, Jack Ginsburg, MTN News.
With the increasing number of bears, the growing discussion is over eventually not treating grizzlies as a threatened species. Managers from local, state, and federal agencies will meet in Missoula this week to discuss the next steps in grizzly management. Interest in the grizzly future is building with the decision to delist bears in the Great Yellowstone ecosystem. And now discussion is underway about possibly reducing federal protection for grizzlies on the Northern Continental Divide ecosystem. On Monday, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service opened a 45-day comment period on draft criteria for deciding what constitutes a healthy grizzly population in northwest Montana. State wildlife managers say they're ready to follow the science, but do so realizing the social aspects of bear management.
We know the whole world, multiple people from multiple places and cultures and societies care about grizzly bears. We take that seriously, so if they're delisted, when these targets are met, and whatever the courts decide, we want to have a good plan to make sure that bear is around for our kids and their grandkids, and that's what this conservation strategy hopefully will be.
The Interagency Grizzly Bear Committee will receive updates on grizzlies in other areas like the Bitterroot during its 2-day meeting in Missoula this week. continuing coverage of a cold case that continues to haunt a Ronan family. And on the 5th anniversary of the death of Bob Van Kooten, the answers to what happened to him just aren't there. It was on December 11th, 2012, the 63-year-old Van Kooten left the Valley Bar in Ronan, but just after 8 p.m. that night, he was found lying in the parking lot. He'd been run over by a vehicle and killed. The family was told Van Kooten may have been in a confrontation outside the bar just before his death. Ronan police investigated the scene and searched for the vehicle involved, but no one's been arrested. We spoke with Ronan Police Chief Ken Weaver, who told us the case is still open. They have received a few tips over the years, but nothing has led to a suspect. Whoever hit and killed Bob Van Kooten is still at large. Bob was a Marine in Vietnam, a former chairman of the Little Shell tribe, and helped establish the Salish Kootenai College in Pablo. He was enjoying retirement until his death. Anyone with information is asked to call Lake County Crime Stoppers at 406-883-7309 or Ronan Police at 406-676-0223. Other Montana news headlines this morning: authorities are investigating the third officer-involved shooting Great Falls police have had this year, stemming from an incident that happened yesterday morning. It happened just after 10:30 near 10th Avenue North and 52nd Street in Great Falls. Police say a suspect brandished a weapon leading to the shooting. The suspect was fatally shot by officers, but there were no other injuries reported. Great Falls police confirmed in a statement that at least one officer was involved in the shooting, and they have been placed on administrative leave, which is procedural. Multiple blocks were closed off throughout the day as police investigated, and the incident is now being investigated by DCI. Mineral County authorities are looking for your help in finding 2 Californians missing after their car was found at a Mineral County rest stop. Authorities are asking for any information regarding 24-year-old Suzanne Michelle LaBelle and 25-year-old Sherwin Fernandez Lamondo Jr. On December 1st, Mineral County authorities were alerted that the couple was missing. Deputies found their vehicle parked at the Dana Mora rest area along Interstate 90 near the Montana-Idaho border later that night. After a 5-day search, it was called off on December 7th due to weather conditions and a lack of indication that anyone was in the area. It's not clear at this time if the individuals left the area on foot or if someone gave them a ride. Anyone with information is asked to call the Mineral County Sheriff's Office at 406-822-3555. Top stories this morning: voters in Alabama head to the polls today. In the state's special election, they'll decide whether Democrat Doug Jones or Republican Roy Moore will fill Attorney General Jeff Sessions' empty Senate seat. Several women have claimed Moore pursued relationships with them when he was in his 30s and they were in their teens. Authorities in New York City are trying to piece together what led an immigrant from Bangladesh to detonate a crude pipe bomb in New York's busiest subway station. Sources tell CBS News Akayed Ullah made the device himself and was inspired by ISIS to carry out the attack. Several people sustained minor injuries. The suspect was the only one seriously hurt. And the world leaders are gathering in Paris today to discuss the issue of climate change. French President Emmanuel Macron is hosting the event. It takes place less than a year after President Trump pulled the U.S. from the Paris Climate Accord. Meteorologist Louis Dortz joins us now in the Storm Tracker Weather Center. Louis.
All right, thank you, Augusta. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Let's go ahead and start it off with a picture here sent in to us by Lisa. Getting a lot of these sort of pictures with this freezing fog, a lot of ice around. So we have this great picture. She said she took this as the sun was peeking through the clouds yesterday, right before those low-lying clouds and fog rolled back in. So Lisa, thank you so much for that great picture right there. It's really cold in spots again this morning. 7 in Seeley Lake, 12 in Hamilton, 19 in Sula, 17 right now in Missoula, 15 in Phillipsburg. A little bit warmer once again here in northwestern Montana because we have those clouds. It's been a lot of cloud cover in the northwestern part of the state, and that's going to again be the case for today. Quick look at your radar. Notice that we have that active weather pattern still well off to the east. A lot of snow for the Great Lakes region. Another area of low pressure is going to be bringing some heavy snow to parts of the northeast, but look out west. Big ridge of high pressure still in place, blocking all of these clouds. Notice the clouds over the Pacific. A lot of times these would make landfall. It's hitting that high pressure though, and it's just riding up and over the top. And we can kind of see that here, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Moving in closer though, like I mentioned, here again, northwestern Montana, seeing some fog and those low-lying clouds, keeping those temperatures instead the teens and single digits for the valleys. mostly in the 20s. So like I mentioned, let me show you what I'm talking about as far as that precipitation goes. So we'll do it using the Future Track satellite and radar. Notice here's where the moisture is, but watch it go up here. We'll loop it. That moisture continues to push off of the Pacific, and then it comes down on this side of us. So you see that first band move through. Here comes another band move through. So this is about a 3-day movie or so. So it starts today. It goes into Thursday. So this is what we're going to continue to see with moisture moving to the north of us, come down to the east of us, but finally, as we move into the weekend, that's when we'll finally begin to break that high pressure down. We can see that on your 7-day forecast. So notice temperatures mostly in the 20s as we move into Thursday, 29 on Friday, and then there we go, some light rain and snow showers roll in for the weekend. Now, again, with these systems, it looks like several systems are going to move through, but these aren't going to be heavy amounts of snow, not significant storm systems, at least as of now, as it looks like it's just going to be light valley rain and snow with more snow in the higher elevations. There's your 7-day forecast for Kalispell. Again, temperatures in the 20s through Friday. We'll see 30s for the weekend. And Hamilton, teens through Thursday with rain and snow showers developing late Friday into Saturday and Sunday.
Alrighty, thank you, Louis. Yeah, some chilly temperatures headed our way there. We'll be back right after this break.